the consequences of impulsive behavior driven by lust can contribute to feelings of anxiety, shame, or depression.
Feelings. Depression. You're not depressed, all right? I always see people like, oh, I'm depressed. No. You're not depressed. You just feel depressed, okay? Now, you can be depressed, of course, right? But that's not on you. That's on a doctor. You need to get to a doctor to actually reevaluate whether you actually are depressed. And then you can take the appropriate steps that needs to be done. But before that, make sure you actually are depressed, all right? You're not gonna be like, oh, I feel a little bit sad today. I guess I'm depressed. No. Listen, depression is a void of nothingness. It's a lack of energy, a lack of drive, a lack of willing to live, and just a lack of actually everything. You don't want to sleep, you don't want to eat, you don't want to drink, you don't want to do exercise, you don't want to literally exist. You just want to fall through the floor and fall to the ends of days. That is depression, all right? So many people don't understand what depression is, and it pisses me off so much, bro. Immediately jump on like, oh, well, guys, I'm depressed. I'm gonna get antidepressants. Like, no, don't do that, all right? You're not depressed. You just have a bad day or a bad week, all right? Or your life just sucks, all right? Get over it. Make the appropriate steps. Increase things in your life that suck, and see how it goes, okay? Alright, so this video is about, what does lust do to your brain? Now, I feel like everyone knows, how addictive lust is. It's one of the most addictive, I guess, sins, if you want to call it that. Habits, feelings, stuff like that, next to, like, addiction, you know, it's almost addictive. The feeling of lust is almost addictive, right? So yeah, this video, it's a short video, so we should be rolling through this video fairly quick. Hopefully I won't make it a 1 hour video again. I'll try. All right, I'll try to shut up a little bit more. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's made by a guy called Psych2Go. Here's the name, Psych2Go. I'll put it here as well on the video, but not live. Alright, anyway, let's hop in. Let's go.
Lust is a natural tendency.
Correct.
It's one that you must control, so it doesn't control you instead.
Agreed.
But first, what exactly is lust? Well, lust is a strong,
the Gooner brain
desire or craving, typically for sexual attraction to another person.
Yep.
It is driven by physical attraction and the need for sexual gratification. Unlike love, which involves deep emotional connection and attachment, lust is often immediate, intense, and primarily physical.
Yep. Lust is very situational. It's the reason why so many women on Instagram are so popular. And why there's a whole, like, porn industry, you know? Because, well, frankly, lust is just very, very difficult to control because, well, sometimes as a male, sometimes you get a physical reaction on top of your mental reaction, right? So it's even like, it's like a double trouble, I guess, right? Because you go in like, whoa, and then your third leg goes, whoa, right? And then it's like, okay, hold up, I guess we're doing this, you know? So, it's very hard to control. But it's definitely worth it because it just rots your brain. You should not be, a slave to your lust. It's a bad thing.
It is influenced by biological and hormonal factors and tends to be short-term.
Yep.
Lust is like a coin with two sides, a good side and a bad side.
No, I don't think there's a bad side of lust. I just think lust in itself is neutral. It's just however you control it. It's like a gun, right? A gun on itself is not gonna shoot, but whenever you shoot the gun, the gun shoots, right? That's kind of how lust works, in my opinion.
So, What does lust do to your brain? For starters, social bonding. The release of oxytocin during
What's up,
sexual
Roblox? What's good?
activity can enhance feelings of closeness and bonding, even if it's typically associated with longer-term relationships. Some amount of lust is needed for sexual attraction to happen. Increased pleasure. Lust leads to the release of dopamine, creating feelings of euphoria.
What I get when I get a PR in the gym. It's no better feeling at all.
And pleasure. Enhanced motivation.
Hey, see? The gym! See? It is what it is, bro. There's nothing better than the gym. You gotta go to the gym, man.
The desire for physical connection can increase motivation and focus on
I disagree. I don't know why that like that. I would actually decrease my motivation and my goals to meet as little people as possible. Because I don't like people that very much.
achieving goals related to attraction. For example, becoming physically aesthetic. Boosted confidence. Sexual attraction and the pursuit of romantic interests can boost self-esteem
Ah, yes. Yes. Look, he's trying to find love on the phone. That's a losing battle, my friend. That's a losing battle.
and confidence.
What's a PR? It's a personal record. It's whenever, let's say, you do a bench press, right? And you put like a certain amount of kilos on the bar and you can push it up. That's a PR.
Improved physical health. Sexual activity driven by lust can lead to physical benefits such as exercise, cardiovascular health, and stress relief. Finding this video
It just proved that males and simps, for most part, they are driven by lust, alright? So don't be a simp, it's bad.
helpful, give it a thumbs up, and share and comment your thoughts below. On the other hand, unchecked lust can be quite damaging, particularly to your psyche.
Oh, here we go. The dark side.
It impairs judgment. When lust takes over, the part of the brain responsible for logical reasoning, the prefrontal cortex, can become overshadowed by the reward center, the limbic system.
This is what we mean with post-nut clarity, bro. The lust has gone, it has vanished out of your brain, and then all of a sudden, like, yo, what the f did I just do? You know?
This can lead to impulsive and risky behaviors like harassment and even abuse. The combined effects of increased reward system activity and decreased prefrontal cortex function can impair your ability to make sound judgments.
This is why I always say, never make a decision about your life after 12. You are on your least mentally sane hours at that rate. Whenever you think, oh, that's a good idea, and then how about you just sleep on the idea, alright? Just sleep on the idea, and if you wake up and you think about it again and it's still a good idea, then you can pursue it. But if you think like, bro, what was I thinking? Then, well, you know.
Mental health impact. Studies show there is a link between our sexual life and our confidence. Unfulfilled lust, or the consequences of impulsive behavior driven by lust, can contribute to feelings of anxiety, shame, or depression.
Feelings. Depression. You're not depressed, alright? I always see people like, oh, I'm depressed. No. You're not depressed. You just feel depressed, okay? Now, you can be depressed, of course, right? But that's not on you. That's on a doctor. You need to get to a doctor to actually reevaluate whether you actually are depressed. And then you can take the appropriate steps that needs to be done. But before that, make sure you actually are depressed, alright? You're not gonna be like, oh, I feel a little bit sad today. I guess I'm depressed. No. Listen, depression is a void of nothingness. It's a lack of energy, a lack of drive, a lack of willing to live, and just a lack of actually everything. You don't want to sleep, you don't want to eat, you don't want to drink, you don't want to do exercise, you don't want to literally exist. You just want to fall through the floor and fall to the ends of days. That is depression, alright? So many people don't understand what depression is, and it pisses me off so much, bro. Immediately jump on like, oh, well, guys, I'm depressed. I'm gonna get antidepressants. Like, no, don't do that, all right? You're not depressed. You just have a bad day or a bad week, all right? Or your life sucks, all right? Get over it. Make the appropriate steps. Increase things in your life that suck, and see how it goes, okay?
Addiction-like cycle. Feeding your lust triggers a dopamine
Ah,
response
yes,
in
the
brain,
Instagram,
similar to how
the Instagram
drug
feed
abuse
full of
does.
women.
This creates a pattern that can be very hard to break. A study from 2002 looked at how men's and women's brains react to erotic content.
Oh, okay.
The findings showed that the same brain areas involved in reward and addiction were activated, indicating a similarity to the way drugs affect the brain.
Yeah, because, well, most addiction have addictive properties. Maybe it's like substances, like in alcohol, right? Alcohol is addictive. Nicotine is addictive. So you get like this dopamine boost from something that is meaningless, right? It's an easy task to do, like drink a glass of beer or whatever, right? Instead of like a reward, which is displayed here. Because your reward you worked for, let's say you, I don't know, you did a sprint competition and you won, right? That was like months of training for that. And then eventually you get the rewards. But nowadays we are so in a quick tempo in life where everything needs to be rewarded as quick as possible. Everything needs to be every action needs a reception for it, you know? And that's why addiction problems are so high nowadays.
If lust is a problem you struggle with, consider these practical tips to overcome it. Acknowledge your feelings. The first step to dealing with a problem is admitting it. Don't be ashamed. Lust is a natural part of attraction, so don't beat yourself up for...
No, I disagree. You should curse yourself out, alright? You should just, in your mind, you just roast yourself. Now, it doesn't help everyone, alright? Some people need, like, the positive reinforcements. But I need negative reinforcement, right? I would have, if I could, have my brain, or have my, aversion in my brain literally slap the shit out of me whenever I did something that I hate that I did. I would have chose it, alright? I would want that. But, obviously, not everyone is built like me, alright?
having it, because the guilt itself is another problem that's unnecessary.
It's not.
Digital
I disagree.
detox. Identify what triggers your lust. Be honest. What makes you lustful? Once you figure it out, consider avoiding these triggers.
Honestly, what is with me is most of the time it's just boredom. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm not doing anything useful with my life. Let's boot up that good old porn, you know? Like, and I tried to stop doing it, but you know, it's still a problem I'm facing every single day. But you know, I'm trying my best, and that's all that matters. But yeah, boredom is definitely my worst enemy. So that I make sure to do I make sure to do at least something throughout the day, so I just don't fall into this downward spiral again, you know?
It could be certain songs, social media pages, or movies. Watching these things can make you see the world in a more sexual way, filling your mind with sexual thoughts and viewing people as sexual objects. According to a 2020 longitudinal study,
that's recent.
Compelling evidence shows that frequent pornography exposure is associated with negatively perceived body image and sexual body image.
Yeah, no bro. All that is in porn have like dicks the size of like an elephant. Of course you're gonna have like body issues with that, bro. Like what? Like I don't need to be a fucking scientist to study that.
Be very intentional about the content you consume. Apps like Covenant Eyes are great tools to help block out pornographic content.
The hell is that?
Consciously distract yourself.
Yeah, that's what I said.
If you start to feel lustful, attempt to distract yourself from it.
For real.
This could be either something physical, such
just do push-ups. That's what I do. Whenever I feel like the drive coming up, I'm like, all right, how about you do 20 push-ups first? Let's see how much lust you still got left after that.
as going for a stroll or exercising, or something mental, such as reading a non-erotic book or working on puzzles like a Rubik's Cube or Nanogram that improves mindfulness.
Yeah, or just start a YouTube channel and just be editing videos all day, all night, and streaming. That's what I do.
Focus on the long term. Remind yourself of the reasons you want to avoid acting on lust. This could be due to a devoted relationship or a desire to avoid undesirable consequences. Lust can lead you down a spiral, which can be difficult to come out of. However, it can also be a spark that can lead you to self-reflection and improvement.
True.
Put all that raw energy into creative projects, passionate pursuits, or a deeper connection with someone special. And remember, you are in control. What are your thoughts on this video? Let us know down below. Want to learn more about the dangers of lust and pornography? Watch this video.
No, I think I know what's bad about it. All right, it was a solid video, man. Damn, 12.1 million subscribers. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. But yeah, this is definitely a really good indication of like what the state of minds of the majority of, like, I'm going to say for now the majority of males nowadays. I see a lot of like people that are just gooning, right? And some are memeing, right? Like if you're gooning for the memes, I get it, right? Because Twitter's full of them. Sometimes like you see something and you're like, bro, that's not a joke. This is the genuine feelings of this person. And then I'm like, whoa, ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Just scroll on under anyone's like Twitter or like Instagram posts of a either like an OF account or like a model or, you know, anything that's attractive, and bro, that's like the deepest point of a human being, bro. Like if you send messages like, oh my god, I love you so much, oh you're so hot, and you're not a woman, I got bad news for you, alright? You are gooning, you're a simp, and you should definitely value your time a little bit more, alright? Sure, you can look up like, you know, hot ladies on the internet, sure, you can do that, but like, what does it give you? It doesn't help you. It does only negatively impact your life. And in the end of the day, she's not gonna love you, bro. Just give up. If you really want to find love, go find it somewhere else. Don't go find it on social media, because you're not gonna find it. Alright? These women are porn stars. These women are models. Whether they want to or not, it's such an unlikely situation. It's just not worth pursuing at all, right? Unless you're stupidly rich.